You are entering a location next to a designated zone across the street from an area called time, space, and alternate reality. You may find yourself asking questions like, where did he acquire such a cool power-up? How do I get to that secret bonus level? And when will they release a new nifty hat for me? There are many of these questions, and we will do our best to answer as many of them as we can, as Aperture Gaming is proud to present the DLC Zone. Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. And welcome to the DLC Zone. Alright, so this is the first video where I've taken two DLCs and mashed them together for this review. We are starting with the DLC that represents the not too far off future. This DLC that I'm going to review, it answers a very good question which I think people may have asked before, but I didn't. The question: Batman has the Batmobile, but where does he go to test it to make sure that it actually works properly? I mean, this is a legitimate question. I thought this made a lot of sense. You have the Batmobile, but where are you going to test it? Well, enter the Batmobile track pack. We get 2 tracks with 3 different track courses. The running for get done at a certain time limit, 1 lap, 3 laps, and then some other place. And I thought this was pretty good. The official Batmobile track is actually 10 miles out of Gotham City, and it is inside an old abandoned nuclear power plant, so that is guaranteed to keep the nosy people away, prevent any unwanted guests. So I think it's clever. Now this track is unique because it's just the simple, it's a simple track. I think it's like the figure 8. That's the best representation I can come up with. But here's what, you can actually go off the track, you can actually see other aspects they have set up to test the Batmobile. There is a loop-to-loop, there's like a jump, and then there's like a wall where you can see how far the Batmobile can go up before it loses momentum. Also, it's the hangar for the Batwing. Yeah, so I guess, or for one of the many locations for the Batwing. I guess it can't constantly go back to near the Wayne Manor. So I like it because even though it's just a simple track, it does offer you a little insight as to how the Batman world works, how the Batman thinks, and gives you some pretty cool ideas where he's been keeping all of his Bat toys. Now, there is another track that is available, and this one takes place a little closer to Arkham City. You're in some underwater tube system. I think it takes place like maybe just a little bit off the coast, off the shore of the Arkham City of Gotham. Because here's what, you are in these tube systems underwater, and you actually see like a sea wreckage and stuff outside the glass, but you're not paying attention to that. You're in the Batmobile, and your purpose is to go through green. You have to clear green obstacles. You have to go through 15 green force fields within a set time limit. And you have to worry about going up and around the wall, a la Men in Black style. And you have spinning things that get in your way. So, yeah, it's an obstacle course, essentially. Now, why do I say that this is somewhere off of the Arkham City area? Because on one of the walls you actually see it says Wonder City. So yeah, I guess this whole futuristic city had some kind of underwater piping transportation system. And you can see it's leaking in a couple of areas. Yeah, but I think it's interesting. We get this pack that lets you test out the Batmobile and you learn its capabilities in 2 different areas. Yeah, so while visually speaking both packs are great, well, you won't be spending your time looking out the window at the... well, I guess you could, but then I guess you'd run out of time. But yeah, so both visually are great, and one does answer the question of where you test the Batmobile. But it doesn't really offer that much. It's just 2 tracks and 3 different race options. But still, I think it's pretty good. So we give the Batmobile track pack a 7.5 out of 10. Now there is another DLC, it's separate, but this one correlates with the upcoming Batman vs. Superman film. It's the 2016 film movie skin pack, and it's for Batman and the Batmobile. We actually get to see a glimpse of what the Batmobile from the movie is going to look like. Same for the Batsuit. Now the suit does nothing as per usual, and the Batmobile, while it looks amazing, And while it does look like it does have some combat capability, it doesn't have a tank mode. So it is like some other Batmobiles where by using this Batmobile, you don't get the tank mode. No grappling hook, no minigun, no super cannon. Yeah, so all you just have is a really cool looking ride to drive around in. So yeah, so even though it doesn't do anything, I give the 2016 movie Batman vs Superman skin pack, I give that a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah. So like I said, the Batmobile track, it is good, but it just seems limited. It does answer that question, but yeah, so it balances out fairly good. So that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming, saying thank you for watching, game on, and this has been the DLC Zone.